I always go, I've said this before to you, just as long as there's communication, I'm good. That means people want to move forward. I'm not trying to put words in his mouth at all, and I try to give him some space here. He's been doing this a long time.
If I'm Kansas City, go get the next guy. Honor Travis Kelce for what he's done. He is slowing down. I know Jason had some statistics there. There's some really good tight ends in the draft.
Okay, so this might be one of the wildest weeks in Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce news we've had in a while, because Andy Reid just gave us the biggest hint yet about Travis's future. There's a lot to get through, so let's go. Let's start with the story everyone's been waiting for. What is Travis Kelce actually doing next season? Because for weeks now, the retirement talk has been nonstop. His contract expires in March. The Chiefs just went 6-11 and missed the playoffs for the first time since 2014. Patrick Mahomes is rehabbing a torn ACL and LCL. And Travis himself said at the end of the season that he was still searching for answers and needed to make the right decision for himself.
I think, I've talked to a few people in the facility already, having the exit meetings and everything. And they know where I stand, at least right now. And I think there's a lot of love for the game. If my body can heal up and rest up, and I can feel confident that I can go out there and give it another 18, 20, 21 week run, I think I would do it in a heartbeat.
So when Andy Reid stepped up to the microphone at the NFL Combine on Friday, everyone was listening. And what he said, or more accurately, how he said it, told us everything we needed to know. Reid literally could not stop grinning. Reporters asked if Kelce had indicated whether he planned to retire, and Reid's face broke into a smile before he even opened his mouth. He said there is communication happening, that as long as there's communication, he's good, and that communication means people want to move forward, and he thinks that's where Travis is.
Received any indication from Travis at all about his plans for next year?
No, there is communication, though. That's the main thing, Sam. And so I always go, I've said this before to you, just as long as there's communication, I'm good. That means people want to move forward.
He also made a point of saying he's not trying to put words in Travis's mouth and that he's giving him space to figure things out on his own timeline. But the body language was everything. Multiple reporters noted Reid was practically beaming.
I'm not trying to put words in his mouth at all, and I try to give him some space here. He's been doing this a long time, and he can sort all that out as he goes forward. But we're proceeding with that, and there is communication going on.
And NFL Network's Tom Pelissero followed up by saying his understanding is that the two sides have already been in contract talks and that this is trending toward Travis coming back for a 14th season. Chief CEO Clark Hunt also confirmed the organization wants him back.
Well, as an organization, we certainly hope that he will come back. He had another great year.
And Chris Jones, Travis's teammate, has been saying for weeks that he's not buying the retirement talk at all.
I'm not buying it. He'll be back next year. Is that a promise? I can't promise you anything about another man, but I don't know. This year was a tricky year for us. I got faith my dog coming back.
Now here's where it gets spicy, because not everyone agrees Travis should come back. ESPN analyst and former NFL executive Mike Tannenbaum went on Get Up and said flat out that he wouldn't bring Kelce back if he were running the Chiefs. His argument is that you pay a player for what they're going to do, not what they've done, and that Travis is slowing down. He pointed to young tight ends in the upcoming draft, names like Kenyon Sadiq, Max Clare, and Michael Trigg, and said the Chiefs should honor Travis for what he's done, then go get the next guy and use the cap space to address other needs like tackle, running back, and receiver.
I wouldn't do it. And that's when you're in the front office and you're a head coach, you have to make the honest and sober observation that you want to pay a player for what they're going to do, not what they've done. He is slowing down. I know Jason had some statistics there. There's some really good tight ends in the draft, like Kenyon Sadiq, Max Clare, Michael Trigg, amongst others. If I'm Kansas City, go get the next guy. Honor Travis Kelce for what he's done.
The take was so controversial that Chris Jones responded on X with 2 words, "Shut up," followed by a shushing emoji. And honestly, the numbers still back Travis up. Even in what everyone called a down year, he led the Chiefs in targets, receptions, receiving yards, and was tied for the team lead in touchdowns, with 76 catches, 851 yards, and 5 scores. For most tight ends in the league, those are career numbers. The return of offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy, who coached Travis through his absolute peak years from 2018 to 2022, is another massive factor. Travis has already said on New Heights that Bieniemy is one of his favorite coaches of all time and that he can't wait to see him back in the building.
I just love the guy, and it's going to be awesome to see him back in the building. Can't wait to see him back in the building, man. He's one of my favorite coaches of all time, one of my favorite people of all time. I've had so many unbelievable, growing moments under him as a player, as a person.
Now, while Travis figures out his football future, the wedding timeline just got a whole lot more specific. According to The Sun, Taylor and Travis's wedding is reportedly set for June 13th in Watch Hill, Rhode Island, which, for anyone keeping track, is loaded with Taylor numerology. June 13th, the 13th, Taylor's literal favorite number. And Watch Hill is where Taylor owns her massive oceanfront estate, so the location tracks perfectly. Neither Taylor nor Travis has confirmed any of this, and honestly, they probably won't until it's already happened. But the date feels very on-brand. And here's the twist nobody saw coming. Matty Healy, yes, that Matty Healy, is reportedly planning his own wedding to Gabriette Bechtel for July, just weeks after Taylor's alleged ceremony. They're apparently doing it in California with no expense spared. A friend told The Sun that Matty and Gabriette want it to be the wedding of their dreams, and that they certainly know how to party. Now look, Taylor and Matty were briefly linked back in 2023 for about 2 months, and the whole thing became one of the most talked about chapters in Swiftie lore, especially after the Tortured Poets department dropped and fans started connecting tracks to that relationship. The fact that both of them could be getting married within weeks of each other this summer is the kind of timeline overlap that writes its own headlines. Neither side has acknowledged the other's plans, and realistically, there's no drama here. They both clearly moved on. But the internet is going to have a field day with this regardless. Meanwhile, Travis has picked up some unexpected legal drama right in the middle of all this. A sneaker company called 1587 Sneakers has filed a trademark infringement lawsuit against Travis and Patrick Mahomes over their Kansas City steakhouse, 1587 Prime. The restaurant, which opened in September 2025 inside the Lowe's Kansas City Hotel, gets its name from their jersey numbers. Mahomes is 15 and Kelce's 87. But the sneaker company, which has been selling shoes since April 2023, claims the name has caused real confusion, with customers mistakenly thinking the shoe brand is connected to the restaurant. They're asking for the restaurant group to stop using the name entirely and are seeking damages. It's probably not going to amount to anything massive, but the timing is awkward. You don't want a trademark lawsuit hanging over your head while you're planning the wedding of the century and deciding whether to play another NFL season. And finally, the story that made every 90s and 2000s kid lose their mind this week. Taylor Swift is reportedly set to appear in the Hannah Montana 20th anniversary special alongside Miley Cyrus. According to insiders, Taylor will perform the songs she originally contributed to the show, You'll Always Find Your Way Back Home and Crazier, with Miley during the special, which is called Hannah Montana One Night Only and is scheduled for March 24th. Now, this has not been confirmed by Disney, Miley, or Taylor, so take it with the appropriate level of cautious optimism. But social media absolutely erupted when the news dropped. One fan wrote that they'd cry when they heard Crazier, another begged for it to be real, and honestly, the emotional response makes sense. Taylor wrote those songs when she was a teenager, before everything. Before the Eras Tour, before the billion-dollar empire, before Travis. The idea of her going back to perform them alongside Miley, who's also had one of the most dramatic career evolutions in music history, is the kind of full-circle moment that hits different. Disney reportedly wants to turn the anniversary special into the event of the year, and if Taylor actually shows up, that's exactly what it'll be. So to recap, Travis is almost certainly coming back to the Chiefs. The wedding is reportedly June 13th at Watch Hill. Matty Healy is getting married weeks later. The steakhouse is being sued over a number. Taylor might sing crazier on Hannah Montana in 2026. And Chris Jones told an ESPN analyst to shut up. Just another normal week in the Taylor and Travis universe. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.